running smoother. So we're
Oh,
gonna,
okay,
famous
go
last
ahead.
words.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get broadcasting here real quick. See if because we got a crowd in here already.
Damn.
All right, cool. Let me pause that. Sweet. All right, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. I had an over/under on how many times I'd crashed the broadcast tonight, but I actually think I might have figured it out something.
What do you think the issue was?
I had too much stuff open. I would close out of Steam, but you know how it just kind of closes and it's still in the old system tray, running behind the scenes. So I killed that and I zapped a bunch of other things that were kind of sitting back there. So we're gonna see how this works here tonight.
Oh, okay.
So, well, in the meantime, I'm just going to do what I normally do. Is I'm just going to put it in the background and don't touch anything and just let the computers fight it out. I have fun watching.
Yeah, no
it
kidding.
anyway. So all right, Dave, what happened to you here tonight?
Just a little bit late getting to the broadcast. You know, I'm setting up here. My headphones start falling apart, and then like I was just telling Eric, man, I'm downstairs, and then above me, on the floor above, I hear the dog running across the room in a really guilty kind of run. You know, if you're a dog owner, you can totally tell when your dog has done something, right? Just by the way they're running and hiding. So I go upstairs. Sure enough, nice big pool of dog urine in the middle of the living room floor. So
I don't mean to laugh at your misfortune, but come on, man.
yeah, so you know, literally mopping up piss before I start the broadcast. But yeah,
Well, that's a good way to spend a Tuesday night.
yeah, sounds good, man.
Yeah, we've booked this year's Mania. We have you versus your headphones. You've got me versus in a triple threat versus Windows 32-bit versus Steam permissions. That's the co-main event. And then we were talking about if WWE buys TNA, that Dixie can escort you down to ringside.
That sounds good, man. It sounds like, I mean, the dirt sheets are sure going crazy with WWE and talks to buy them, but I can't honestly see why they would offer more than, like, what is TNA worth to WWE? I mean,
they're going to buy the video library, and that's it. I mean, that's, you know.
Yeah.
And it really just ended up being probably AJ Styles' greatest hits. That'll be the playlist, I would imagine. But I don't know. I'd like to see guys like Daniels and some of those guys. And to be honest with you, I said Aaron. I don't know what his new gimmick is. It was Sandow's new identity in TNA. He actually looked pretty good. Like he's kind of gimmicked himself up. Oh my God! I'm sorry, I'm going ADD. I have spotted for the very first time an Uprising was an inside job sign that Robert has slipped into. All right, we're gonna hang on. Oh, and she's wearing a tube top too, or like some kind of. All right, this is fantastic. We're gonna pause that under screenshot mode. I gotta get one for posterity there. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think we talked about that on the broadcast, like the inside joke of that. How we always kind of thought like the people we've been taking a lot of. We even spelled it with a W-U-Z. That's pretty hot. Oh, and he used kind of that's pretty good. And the chick's top looks like it's falling down. I mean, what is going on with this thing? I don't know.
I don't know, man. That's pretty skimpy.
But no, we always laugh because we've been taking a couple of hits on some prominent podcasts here of late about, again, the same old story that we're a scam, that we've ruined independent wrestling, video gaming, and all this kind of stuff forever for everybody else, and you know, and it's the typical stuff where they've got all the facts wrong and all that kind of stuff. But you know, and so we've always kind of coined this phrase that it's like the 9/11 truthers, that there's no evidence that you can point out that will ever convince anybody that, you know, of the truth. And so we always say, oh, so that means Uprising, it was an inside job. So
yeah, exactly, man. We have our own little conspiracy theory nuts. So
that's all right.
My favorite is how you listen to podcasts and they'll talk about Pro Wrestling X and they'll go on and on and on about how we never released anything. We know, you know, well, yeah, kind of did, and it's been available on Steam for, you know, over a year now. So,
well, but yeah, it was an easy joke before. Like I said, you said if you actually have kept up with the project, you'd be pretty shocked.
Well, that's just it. Anybody who's kept up with the project, generally as a supporter of the project, if you've kept up with it, because we're not, evil dictators, sleeping on mattresses made of $100 bills, right? Like, we're actually just people who tried to do something, and we fell down a whole lot. But lately, it's been going pretty good. Like, I was listening to one podcast where the guy just rips on me because that guy, he tried making a wrestling game, and did I hear he had no experience in the industry? No. Oh, yeah, God forbid I didn't have any industry experience and I wanted to try doing something. Yeah, like they say it like it's a bad thing, I'm thinking, shit, man, I support anybody who, like, tries to do anything outside of their comfort zone, That's where you have the adventures and where you learn stuff,
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's funny, a lot of the industry guys, like quote unquote industry guys, they'll be, and I don't want to, disparage anyone, individually, but, if you're slaving away at one of the big game companies and you're making like a match 3 game for a freaking iPhone, you're probably pretty bitter. And when you see some other jackass going, hey, I'm going to make a wrestling game. One, the first thing you do is laugh, thinking, yeah, good luck, buddy. But the next kind of like, the next phase of mourning is when you see the guy actually starting to get something done. Then you start getting really pissed because you're not doing it. So I mean, I don't hold a grudge against anybody that talks smack about it, because I've been them. I know where they're coming from, and I get it. And I've never met anybody personally who actually behaves like some of the trolls on the internet. Like, nobody actually does.
Dude, and not to change subjects at completely random, but have you seen some of Zeron's latest work here on the Steam screenshots? He's got some pretty epic ones. I'm actually gonna like pull this up here tonight because this looks absolutely awesome. He's got some great ones here tonight.
Oh, geez, I'm looking at the one he posted in the chat room with Theodore Superpower.
That is a mess. That is the blood bursting in air right there. That's good stuff. He's got some pretty funny ones. He's got a couple of, like one that looks like it's a kendo selfie stick. It's pretty funny. It's pretty clever.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through here. That's pretty funny.
No, hey, Alex Van Dam has a really good idea. I'm going to read his comment. It says, guys, I've had an idea for 2 weeks, been wanting to mention to you guys. For watch mode, you could call it spectator mode and then have multiple camera angles spread out around the arena that you can change on the fly. Go from front row view, side view. Stay tuned, my friend. Stay tuned. Because I'm in total agreement. And I said, I am not playing the game right now, hands-free. I am sitting here being entertained by all the robots in the ring, and I wish we could go all 4 players for CPU, because I'm having fun watching these guys beat the crap out of each other.
It actually seems to be running fairly smoothly for you.
Yeah, I'm doing okay now. I had a lot of stuff running in the background. I'm keeping an eye on my processor. We got a number of people after we pushed a build on, I believe it was Saturday, that I pushed the latest bug fix build. Robert went through and he watched our Twitch chat from 2 weeks ago, and he went through and he polished off a lot of the bugs that people were finding. Things like guys were floating on the stage ramp and all this kind of stuff that we've known about for a little while. He cleaned a lot of that stuff up, but I have noticed ever since we kind of had this new build that the processors have been getting hammered pretty good, and a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people were mentioning that the game is starting to really run pretty choppy, like the frame rates are dropping, and you can just tell that processor's kind of gagging on some things. And the good news is that he's aware, and he's got kind of a round of optimizations he's going to do once we kind of hit that 1.0 stage. He may even be working on them right now. So.
Exactly.
But yeah, no cage tonight. Again, these are we're rocking and rolling as far as getting all the last little check boxes complete in order to be able to pull that trick off. Dave, do you want to get people up to speed on where the cage is at?
The cage is being coded right now. He's got all the animations he needs to put together the cage match. At least, version, 1.0 of the cage match. We do want to add, more interaction and stuff with the cage as we build up the game, but he's got that working. There's a new feature that we're trying to pull into the game in conjunction with the cage match. Not going to say what it is in case our attempts fail, but if it works, it'll be something people have been asking for that I don't believe we've seen in any wrestling game yet. So fingers crossed.
Not that I'm aware of, anyway.
Yeah, so fingers crossed for some pretty extreme stuff in the cage match if we can pull it off. So.
Yeah, so hang with us here. We know, like I said, it's what we're trying to do is trying to just kind of keep the way that Robert works is he goes in and he can kind of do a lot of things quickly at once. A lot of the things like the cage and all that stuff. These are not easy mechanics to just like throw something together. So what he'll kind of do is, hey, if I can knock out 10 bugs that are in the game right now. I'm going to do that because it'll take them an afternoon or a couple of days to knock all that out. Just get those bugs fixed, and then start piling on the next heavier stuff. So hang with us. I know, like I said, believe me, there's nobody who wants to see that cage more than us. So
exactly.
I'm working on. Dave doesn't know this yet, but I'm working on UI wireframes and all that stuff to try to do a brand new overhaul of everything in order to kind of get. In order to kind of get all our ducks in a row, get all of our buttons and menu items making sense, and good old Robert has done a fantastic job. But I think it's time for another pass on that. So I started working on that this afternoon. I'm getting a little bit caught up on the day job, so I was able to get some stuff done on Pro Wrestling X today. Thank goodness, because I've been dying to get helping. So.
Awesome. Agron has a question. If Lucha Underground asked you to make a game after Pro Wrestling X, would you do it? The question actually is kind of void. I don't think it would ever happen. I know a little bit about the situation with Lucha Underground. Somebody in the office kind of over there, and from what I understand, it would be next to impossible to get anything done just because there's many layers of management in Lucha Underground, along with the legal entities that own the rights to whatever. And I mean, even getting something as simple as the Lucha Underground logo to use in your ring creator is impossible. So I don't think it would happen. For one, their proposal would probably be something along the lines of, "Congratulations, we have decided to let Pro Wrestling X completely fund Lucha Underground game." And that's not really, that's probably what the deal they'd want to make. They probably think Lucha Underground is worth so much money as a brand that I don't think they would actually offer to pay any developer to make the game. They probably think that their brand is worth enough that the developer would make the game for free. But
I heard kind of an interesting. I don't know how many people are kind of watching the network, but I watched something really interesting this weekend. I watched the JBL. If anybody's got the network, the WWE network, the JBL is doing some really, really good interviews. I really enjoy the stuff that he's been doing. He's been doing a lot of stuff with a lot of the wrestlers and especially like a lot of the veteran ones. And they're kind of, you can kind of tell they're kind of shoot-ish. I mean, they're trying to kind of cross that line and be more like a shoot format. But they were talking. This latest one was Hall and Nash, and what Scott Hall was saying, it made total sense. Is that the difference between WWE and WCW was that WCW was a television network making a wrestling show, whereas the WWE is a wrestling promotion making a television show. And he said it was just night and day difference. And I get the sense that that's kind of what it's like for Lucha Underground, is that this is just another television show for them. So they're not doing anything, really. It's to them, it's a TV property. And so they're not going to treat it like a wrestling product or anything like that. So trying to do some of the stuff that we want to be able to do, they wouldn't understand. They just, it's just, oh, cool, license something, and they're not going to understand animations and 3D art and all this kind of stuff. So, and then not to mention all their talent. They're all kind of indie wrestlers, given like they're essentially actors given gimmick names and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, like they have a few wrestlers actually under contract with any kind of exclusivity, but for the most part, yeah, the guys wrestling on their show don't belong to Lucha Underground, so you would still have to negotiate for the Lucha Underground brand and then negotiate separately with most of the roster, which would be a nightmare. You know, so yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna do not to interrupt you, but I'm gonna do an entrance. We haven't done one of those this week, so there may be people that haven't seen it yet.
Nice.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out if I've got any of the sound effects turned on. We'll let it roll and see if we get that rolling again. We'll find out here.
Yeah.
Who's somebody we haven't used this guy in a little while yet? Lucky 8. I don't even know what those guys' names are. We'll see if this broadcasts over. Let us know if you guys can hear the audio, because a lot of guys may not have heard this yet. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
This match scheduled for one fall in a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first.
Yeah, it looks like she's broadcasting the audio.
Yep. Looking good.
Yeah.
This makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
No, that's not Robert doing the voices. He should be awesome.
That would be. No, we had a guy way back. I'm talking way back, like 10 years ago. A guy contacted me. He was a sports announcer. He did a lot of NASCAR announcing, but he was a wrestling fan. And his name was Daryl Morley, and he's like, "Can I contribute some announcing to the game?" And I was like, "Well, we don't need announcing yet, but if you want to cut a reel of some of the things a ring announcer might say, by all means, go ahead and send them to me, and one day I'll use them." And here we are, 10 years later, finally using them. So yeah, they sound pretty good.
This is the do not understand this music. Alex, go for it, man. If you want to put it up on your YouTube channel, by all means, man.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I don't get this. It sounds German to me.
He told me what it was.
It doesn't fit his character at all. Let's see if we get a tornado here. I don't remember if that's only. There we go. There's fire tornado.
I like the way they stand in the ring, waiting for the next guy. That's pretty cool. I like Grimhold's entrance, man. Straight up.
Yeah, wait till you guys see what we've got up our sleeves for Grimhold. We got a couple of new moves for him.
Yeah, that's coming down the pipe, eh?
And they look pretty wicked. Boy, the lighting effects are really different. The glare and everything is really pronounced.
Not bad at all, eh? Looking forward to doing like an outdoors arena. That'd be kind of neat.
Yep.
Yeah. When's Grimhold's finisher going to be released? That's a good question. I think he might have already submitted that animation.
Oh, that's right. You did put that animation up on Facebook already. You put both of them up there, didn't you?
Yeah, they're in progress, but
well, no, yeah, but I didn't know if people had ever even like had a clue what was coming yet.
Yeah.
Between the fireworks, the look of this guy comes out with a crotch chop and the music. Like nothing about this goes together at all. It's like, you know, NXT's worse. It's like a NXT's like random function or something. My God, that's so funny. That's good times.
Wouldn't that be funny if WWE bought TNA and made them all go to NXT?
Well, I gotta tell you, I think most of those guys would just be flat laid off. Although I think Ethan Carter III, I think would be a solid. I think he would be really good. He was former NXT.
Yeah.
I think there's a whole bunch of them that I think would be really good. I'd love to see, like I said, love to see The Addiction. Although I don't, no, they're doing Ring of Honor. That's right. Christopher Daniels is not in TNA anymore. They are Ring of Honor. I keep mixing that up. I don't get to see Ring of Honor anymore. When I moved to my house, I haven't figured out a way to get local channels yet. So I don't get CBS, NBC, ABC. I don't want to I'm going to have to put an antenna up on my roof, and I didn't really want to do that, but there's no other solutions, and so I don't get like Ring of Honor wrestling or any of that stuff anymore. So I got to figure out another way to watch that.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
But it's too bad too. They always have some fun stuff, but I'll have to, Hey, the bell. Apparently the bell's back. I didn't even notice because I turned off the sound effects.
Ding. All right. So if you don't get local channels, please don't tell me you missed the presidential debate.
Oh no, I watched it on what was it? It was the Apple TV had a CNN app. It was ABC News app, and so they were broadcasting it over the. I mean, I watched it. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Everybody's going to see exactly what they want to see with that kind of thing. All the Trump fans were like, wow, Trump was amazing. And then all the Hillary fans were like, oh, my God, she was so poised. And I don't know. I guess to me, I don't see how anybody with a brain in their head could have thought anything other than Hillary, trounced him. But, like I said, that for all of Trump's foibles, that's his appeal. That's what people are drawn to. And they think, oh, he's just telling it like it is and all this stuff. And they just see what they want to see. I can't see it at all, but hey,
To me, he looked, after about 10 minutes, he looked like he wanted to get the hell out of there. I think after about 10 minutes, he realized that this wasn't the Republican primary debates. He looked really uncomfortable to me.
Well, I don't know. I just think that, in that kind of a format, he's not going to stand a chance against her.
Yeah.
Oh, House of Cards.
Oh. Damn, that's my wife calling. I better take that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know, gang. Like I said, the whole election thing, I don't know. We don't really do a lot of politics on here, and it's too damn divisive, and I just don't. Like I said, for me, I think the Republicans could have run a potted plant against Hillary Clinton and beat her, but instead they picked the one guy that she could possibly beat. And it boggles my mind. They could have easily gotten any kind of moderate Republican in there and I think wiped the floor with her. But, that's how it goes, I guess. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I still think most people are all right, and we're going to figure it all out. And the president has only got so much power anyway. The action's all in Congress. So, although